Many people are asking me what's going on with the President of Nigeria, or more specifically his office. So I'll just start from the very beginning. What I do on Twitter, for those who are new to my page, what I do on Twitter is I share news I find relevant. I provide my own comments regarding events that happen around the world. I do that through facts, history, and many of the times humor. I don't give terrorists a break at all. Every terrorist gets their fair share of lashing from me online. Many people might agree with my method, many people might not. The point is, I come from a family that has suffered because of these terrorists. My countries, Iran and Iraq, have suffered from enough terrorism, and therefore this has shaped who I am in my writings, in my speeches, in my tweets. Terrorists don't get a break from me. So recently I've been focusing on the Christian persecution in Nigeria, and I have been very critical of Boko Haram and their ability to gather influence and recruit people. And so clearly the point I was trying to make is that the government needs to tighten the rules and regulations that govern the north and the south. And I began speaking about these issues from an independent perspective. I don't represent the government. I don't have anything to do with any government. I'm just an author. I'm an ordained cleric, and I travel around the world. I get invited now and then to parliaments to give advice, so I am somewhat involved in the scene. And also with such I don't want to say a very large following, but a decent following, people have an expectation from me to give my voice to the voiceless, to people who need it. So as I'm criticizing Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab and the terrorists in Africa, I felt a pushback coming from, not from the terrorists, coming from the supporters of Buhari. So I was very surprised. I said, this Buhari, he comes to the West and he seeks foreign aid, funding, claiming that he will deal with the terrorists in Africa, yet his supporters and his voters, his main voter base, are online and they're defending the terrorists. And by the way, when I say his supporters, I don't mean just random people. No, people from his office. People from his office. People connected to the presidency of Nigeria, defending terrorists online. And this is not something happening on the moon or in Jupiter. This is happening here online. You can go to their pages. And I'll start mentioning some names in a bit. So when I began exposing these people and exposing the failure in the government of Nigeria, the clowns who work in the office of the president, you know what they did? They went to our previous communication. Of course, I speak to governments, I speak to people, I speak to diplomats. People approach me and sometimes I approach them. And there was this one time where there was clashes between the Nigerian government and Zakzaki. Now I'm against Zakzaki. Everybody who knows me knows I am against Iran, I am against the regime in Iran, I am against Hezbollah, I am against Zakzaki, I am against all militants. I don't like them, I'm against them. And in these conversations between me and people who work for Buhari, the president, it clearly states what my position is in any case. So there was conflict going on, and I saw that these guys, the people who work for Buhari, following me, unfollowing me, following me, unfollowing me, following me, unfollowing me on Twitter. So I thought perhaps they're trying to get my attention. Maybe I could help. I'm a man of peace. I am there. I am happy to lend a voice and be there for anyone who likes peace and who wants to establish peace. So basically, they started to... Yes, I coughed. I'm okay. I just had, warm water. In any case, let's go back to our topic. We were discussing how to achieve peace in Nigeria, and they're sitting next to the president, sending me pictures. They're sending me pictures of the president without him knowing. Maybe they should get fired for it. I don't know. Does the president know his people are sitting there next to him, snapping pictures of him, sending them to me? In any case, so these guys, they don't have anything to say to me. I exposed them. I exposed their links to terrorists. I exposed their presidency enabling terrorism. They couldn't do anything. So what they did, they released all of our chat logs, all the chats, everything that we had. Like, why would you do that? That's against diplomacy. Now people around the world, when they look at the office of the president of Buhari, they see he can't be trusted. This guy can't be trusted. The moment you disagree with him, they start releasing your messages. The moment you disagree with him, they go crazy. They start releasing everything. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, so people now read the messages between me and people who work for President Buhari, and they saw that I did the right thing. I had no evil intentions. All of our communications was perfect, legal, excellent, and within proper diplomatic standards. There was nothing wrong with it. I am there offering peace, methods to achieve peace. We're talking about negotiations. And then they try to frame it as though I am seeking an audience with Buhari. Who the hell is Buhari? Nobody knows Buhari outside Nigeria. Who is Buhari? If he walks in America, nobody will even know who he is. If he walks in anywhere in Los Angeles or in New York, no one will know who he is. Nobody knows who he is. I am seeking an audience with him. Who is he? He's a nobody. He is a nobody on the international level. When talking in international diplomacy, he's a nobody. He has no power. He doesn't have any influence. Not on the United Nations, not on America, not on the UK, not on any country. He's a nothing. Because of his actions and his weak leadership, nobody cares about him. You can't even control your own country. You think people are going to care about you when you travel? I'm talking real talk. I'm not here playing politics with you. Who cares about Buhari? Even now, many people watching, they don't even know who Buhari is. People who are in Africa know Buhari. In any case, what I'm trying to say is, why is the office of the president attacking me for attacking Boko Haram? Don't you say that that you are against terrorists and you have a measure to tackle terrorism. And then when I criticize terrorists, you attack me? Why don't you attack Boko Haram? Boko Haram is next to you. Go attack them. Why are you attacking me on the other side of the world? What's wrong with you? In any case, the point is, you're making me laugh. These guys who are online, Bashir and the other fool, these guys, why did Buhari hire them? He hired them so they can say yes to him. Everything he says, they say yes, yes, yes. They don't give advice, they don't give opinion, they have nothing to say, only yes. Whatever Buhari says, they say, yes sir, and they kiss his hand, and polish his shoes. That's their job. They have nothing more to do except this. If they don't say yes, and if they don't polish his shoes, and they don't make him feel good, and if they give their own opinions, they get fired. They get fired, and the whole of Nigeria knows this. These people online, from the office of the president, they are nothing but shoe polishers. They polish shoes so that the president feels good about himself. Dumb and dumber. And they're lying. They're lying big time about me. Big time. Because they have no power, they have no influence, they don't even have a following. People in Nigeria don't even know them. I don't know, people who work for the president, so vocal, who claim to control media and social media and the office of the presidency, nobody knows them in Nigeria. Who is Bashir? Nobody. He won't even get a visa to travel to Somalia. Who is this guy? And they expect me to talk to him. So what if he works for the president? In any case, man, these guys, they think they have power, you know. And then this other guy, I don't know who he is, he came, the verified one, who said, Imam Tawhidi, why are you criticizing the people who voted for Buhari? Why criticize them? What do you mean, why criticize them? I'm allowed to criticize, the freedom of speech. And then he said, but Buhari was democratically elected. If it's a democracy, why are people being butchered? If it's a democracy, why are people being put in prison? If it's a democracy, why are Christians being slaughtered every single day? Why? If it's a democracy, it's not a democracy, it's a sham. And the president is a fake, and he's a phony, and everybody around him, they're illiterates and dumb people. This is why I call him the dumbest president on the face of the earth. Everybody around him is dumb, and he can't tell that people around him are dumb. Minister for National Security, whoever's in charge of national security, the Home Affairs, Foreign Ministry, all of them, dumbest people you will ever find. Boko Haram is next door to you, slaughtering Christians. But I guess, you know, when I talk, they see my turban, they say, oh, you must be with Zakzaki. I'm not with Zakzaki. Who the hell is Zakzaki? I have no respect for Zakzaki or for anyone tied to the Iranian regime. I am against them. I am against them. I have nothing to do with any of these guys. Who is Zakzaki? You guys. Zakzaki is a big deal in Nigeria. It's not a big deal where I am. He's a nobody. Yeah, I need to drink some water. Yeah, I'm saying. Anyway, so this tribe, the Fulani tribe, you know, the complete tolerance towards Christian persecution and the butchering of people who don't agree to Buhari, who's responsible for this? Who is responsible? I don't know. You as a president, what's your job? What is your job as a president? What's your job? To go travel around the world and take pictures? What's your job? Kiss babies? Or is your job to fight these terrorists and make your country safer? What are the statistics for female genital mutilation? What are the statistics? Come tell us about your economy. Tell us about the people who are starving. And you're sitting there, you're funding Bashir and his other puppies to come and sanitize your image online. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're a president. You're supposed to care about the people, the nation, and the security of the nation. You don't sit silent when Boko Haram is butchering Christians. Why? Because they come from your tribe. That's one issue many people don't know. How many people from the Islamic extremists in Africa come from your tribe, Mr. Buhari, and the people around you? You are ridiculous. You're foolish. Today we will have a hashtag trending, and it's Buhari resign. Everyone, I want you to make Buhari resign #1 on Twitter. Give him no break. Give him no break whatsoever. Yesterday was President Kovic and Imam. Today we need to make Buhari resign trend on Twitter. So he sees it and he feels it. So he does action. He takes action against the terrorists, and he takes action against the Islamists who who are butchering Nigerians just because they're Christian, just because he disagrees with them, just because they're not Muslims. I swear to God, if a Christian pastor called for the killing of Muslims in Nigeria, Buhari would be there the first day to fight him. But because the Christians are being butchered, Buhari, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So you Bashir and this other fool, you are defending your president? You're lying about me to defend your president? Where is your president? Do you even know where he is? You don't even know where he is. Maybe you should go find him first and then defend him. Maybe because he's no longer alive. If he's alive, then maybe you can get paid. If he's dead, you're not going to get paid for defending him.